This was a figure that for the longest time only existed in my dreams. It wasn't until the year 2020 that X Plus granted my wish with a 30cm Godzilla from the 1993 Toho film Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. This was one of those movies I had watched on repeat growing up, constantly rewinding the VCR player over and over and over and over again, and always being in awe of what was to come. I mean, it was really one of my favorites. I fell asleep to it nearly every night for like 2 years straight. Just perfection. It was one of the movies in the franchise responsible for propelling my interests in the hobby, and I'm always going to cherish it for that. This is the standard version of this figure. I opted out of the Rick release, which had a golden glitter paint job in the same style as the Bandai, but I honestly felt that it looked pretty underwhelming. I ordered this one from Hobbylink Japan and then had to pay with DHL, and he was here in like 3 days, which was super quick, and I've got no complaints with that, other than the $50 price tag it took to get it here. On the front of the box, we get some really nice artwork of the figure in the style that X Plus has done for eons. The yellow used here really contrasts well with the darker blues in the background. It kind of pops a little bit, and I think that looks really nice. These are two of the best angles you could probably get out of this figure, in my opinion. I really like the shot on the right. I think it looks super great. In the same corner, we also get the 65th anniversary badge with Shin Godzilla, which is my second favorite of all these badges released. My first definitely being the 50th anniversary one. On the back, there's absolutely nothing, and when we take a look inside, all that's there is plastic housing that the figure came with. The first thing I want to address before I get any further is the common complaint about this guy's legs, and I just want to take a second to defend X Plus here and say that it's actually suit accurate and it doesn't bother me at all. I will admit, the thinned out legs do look kind of goofy when looking straight at it, but if that's how the suit was designed, then I'm not going to judge the toy for that. For the most part, X Plus goes for suit accuracy, and that's the type of thing I like to see. When I first took this guy out of the box, I was astounded at the increase in detail that original X Plus sculpts have had in recent times. I remember back in the day, they weren't too great. Some of them actually have been made fun of in the community, so it's really nice to see that a lot of original sculpt from X Plus being way more suit accurate. It's really cool. He isn't too much of a shelf hog thanks to that bend in the tail, but do be warned he isn't the easiest figure on Earth to display. Each part of the body is covered in bumpy tree bark-like skin with lots of sculpting in between, which pictures really don't do justice. Chest muscles are sculpted well, and I really love the texture throughout the figure. It's all over the place. The bottom half of the figure also doesn't drop the ball. The legs have loads of detail, and the muscle that looks fantastic. Every part of it's sculpted really well, and there's a lot of depth here. This figure offers a lot of different things, but I think the best of them by far is the face. The eyes definitely sold me. They're painted super well, and they help bring out the emotion this suit had. The mouth is also something X Plus has improved on from earlier releases, as this figure stunts 2 rows of sharp teeth, as well as a really detailed tongue. I mean, look how gooey. His hands are great. I've got no complaints about the hands. They look just fine. The spines are painted this bone white color, and they look really good, and I also think the sculpting of these spines are really good. I like the detail back here, especially all the bumps and the grooves. It adds a lot of depth. These continue like this all the way down to the end of the tail. As for the rest of the paint, he's mostly just this dark charcoal with this lighter gray dry brushing that helps this figure pop a little more and just adds a bit of contrast and really helps bring some more depth in here. I feel like I've said that word a lot this video, depth, but the depth in this figure is pretty nice for what it is. His nails are also painted a darker yellow with this grading effect that looks really nice. Remember, this guy is 30 centimeters, so he's most likely going to tower over your other figures. Here he is next to the SH Figure Arts Ultraman Belial and the Marmot Gorosaurus. I also just had to bring this one in for comparison, the Bandai Forever Series Godzilla 93. In a weird way, I actually like this 20-year-old toy more than the new Rick, which really helped me decide between the two, honestly. Last but certainly not least is another 30 centimeter figure. This is the Rick exclusive Godzilla 2000 poster version. It's also a full-scale 30cm figure, so this should give you a decent idea as to how tall this guy is in comparison to other X Plus figures. I may have to review that one soon. He's I don't know, now that I've got him in the room, I kind of want to talk about it more. It's a figure I really like. If you can find it for a decent price, then I couldn't recommend this figure enough. It's a great size, and it's the best 93 that you could easily acquire right now. I don't have, like, the Kyoto kit, or pretty much any other 93 off the top of my head to compare it with. It's one of those suits that don't have too many figure representations, but I'm mostly satisfied with this one here, and I don't see the need to go after any other 93s unless, I don't know, fucking Sakai decides to do one and it blows me away. If you prefer the Rick, just be ready to pay even more, as these have been released and they're not in production anymore, and they've already began asking the stupid prices on sites like eBay, so have fun with that. Definitely join a couple of the groups, like the X Plus group, the Godzilla groups on Facebook. More often than not, people sell these things for decent prices, and you'd have much, much better luck trying to find something like this there than you would, like, eBay. A great release from X Plus that I couldn't be happier with. Did you know I'm on Instagram? Just check the link in the description below and hit that follow button, and while you're at it, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Every single bit helps. This video was also a recommendation by Rado Goji. That's right, I actually read the comments. I mean, there's only like 7 of them. Thanks everyone, and I'll see you next time.